guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Archituber. I am Architect Vaibhavi and I make content related to architecture and interiors. If you are new here, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel below. So until now we have discussed about the two parts of famous monuments from India. So in this video we are going to be covering all the remaining monuments from India. So without wasting more time, let's start with the video. This is the part 3 wherein we are going to be discussing about the famous monuments of India. Let us start. So our first monument for this PPT is Konark Temple. The Konark Sun Temple was designed by a team of architects and artisans led by the chief architect Bisu Maharana. The Bisu Maharana is credited with the being of the chief architect of the temple, and it was built during the King Narasimhadeva I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty in the 13th century. The Konark Sun Temple is an architectural marvel which is located in Konark, Odisha in India. It is dedicated to the Hindu sun god Surya, and it is renowned for the intricate architecture and exquisite stone carvings. The temple is designed in the shape of gigantic chariot with 24 wheels or 12 pairs of wheels pulled by 7 horses, representing the 7 days of the week. The 24 intricately carved wheels of the temple are symbolic of the 24 hours of the day. The temple complex is oriented towards the east and allowing the first rays to the sun illuminate to the main entrance. The Konark Sun Temple was designated as UNESCO's World Heritage Site in 1984 in recognition of its cultural significance and architectural brilliance. Now next discussing about our second monument, which is Lotus Temple. It is located in New Delhi in India. It is an iconic architectural masterpiece which is renowned for its unique lotus flower inspired design. The Lotus Temple was designed by the Iranian and American architect Faripoz Shahba. The structure is characterized by lotus flower shape which symbolizes purity, peace and unity. It was completed in 1986 and the construction of the Lotus Temple began in 1980 and took about 6 years to finish the work. The temple is composed of 27 freestanding marble-clad petals arranged in clusters of 3 to form the lotus blossom. Each petal is made up of precast concrete clad with white marble, giving the temple its distinctive appearance. The Lotus Temple is structurally engineered to withstand seismic activity and adverse weather conditions. The use of the reinforced concrete and marble cladding provides durability and stability to the structure. The temple's design allows for ample natural light and ventilation, creating a serene and comfortable environment for the prayer and the meditation. The arrangement of the petals helps in channeling air into the central hall and promoting natural airflow and ventilation. Now discussing about our third monument, which is Jantar Mantar. Jantar Mantar is located in different parts of India like Jaipur, Delhi, Ujjain, Varanasi and Mathura. The Jantar Mantar was designed by Maharaja Jai Singh II of Jaipur. The Jantar Mantar observatories were constructed in the 18th century during the reign of Maharaja Jai Singh II, a Rajput king, an astronomer and a mathematician. A Jantar Mantar structure consists of various astronomical instruments including large-scale sundials, hemispherical dials, equinoctial sundials, and instruments from measuring celestial coordinates. The instruments are constructed using masonry and stone and marble with the precise alignment and geometric configuration to facilitate accurate astronomical observations. Now discussing about our fourth monument, which is Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram, also known as Mamallapuram, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site renowned for its ancient temples and rock-cut monuments. The Mahabalipuram temples were built during the Pallava dynasty rule in the 7th and 8th centuries CE. The architectural style is predominantly Dravidian, characterized by intricately carved sculpture, mandapas and vimanas. These temples showcase a blend of rock-cut architecture and structural temple building techniques. The primary building material used in the construction of Mahabalipuram temples is granite, which is abundant in that region. Skilled artisans carved the rock formations to create intricate sculptures and architectural elements. Now let us discuss about the old and new Parliament building. So discussing about the old Parliament building, it was designed by the British architect Edwin Lutyens and Herbert Baker. It was constructed between 1912 to 1927 and served as the seat of Indian Parliament until 2022, and it is located in New Delhi. The new parliament also is located in New Delhi, and it was designed by the Indian architect Bimal Patel. It was constructed as a part of the Central Vista redevelopment project and was inaugurated in 2022. Okay. Now talking about the old parliament building, British colonial architecture with classical elements, okay, basic materials, red sandstone and marble interiors. The architectural features circular central legislative assembly, hall and ornate carvings, arches and domes. Now discussing about the new parliament, it is a contemporary design, okay, which has the blend of modern and traditional Indian elements. The materials used are steel, glass and concrete. It was completed in 2023. Architectural features: triangular shaped structure with a central lotus inspired dome, spacious chambers for both the houses, and advanced technology for legislative proceedings. Sustainability and accessibility: emphasis on rainwater harvesting, solar energy and barrier free access for the persons with disability. Now let's discuss about the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is an excellent example of the Indo-Saracenic architectural style incorporating elements from Indian, Mughal and British architectural traditions. It took 17 years to complete the building. It is designed by architect Edwin Lutyens, a British architect, and Herbert Baker, which is a South African architect. It covers area of 320 acres. It is constructed using a blend of red and cream sandstone. Okay, Rashtrapati Bhavan comprises of 4 floors with 340 rooms, including the president's official residence, offices and ceremonial spaces. The building features a central dome, which is the most prominent feature of the structure, and it is flanked by 2 colonnaded wings. The dome is reminiscent of the Parthenon in Rome and symbolizes the unity of India. Now discussing about the Red Fort, it is also known as the UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Okay, Red Fort is a masterpiece of Mughal architecture characterized by its red sandstone walls and intricate marble inlay work. The building took almost 10 years to complete. The Red Fort was designed by Mughal architect Ustad Ahmad Lahori, who also designed Taj Mahal. It was constructed primarily using red sandstone. The fort features white marble embellishments, including delicate carvings and inlays. The Red Fort complex is laid out in a symmetrical pattern with series of pavilions, halls, gardens arranged around central axis. And yes, with that we have completed the famous monuments from India. In the next video, we are going to be discussing about the famous monuments from all over the world. Okay, so stay tuned. And I hope I have given all the information regarding this topic. And if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, please take care and bye.